Hey guys. So I thought I would do a little video just explaining why I've decided to have a breast reduction and a tummy tuck. I've had a lot of questions, a lot of comments. Um, so I just thought that I would explain it and talk about my appointment that I had, um, the process, all of that. Try to answer any questions all in one punch rather than trying to respond to everybody individually. So I guess the process started about a year ago to try to get a breast reduction approved through my insurance. Um, there were a lot of steps. I've been thinking about it for years. Um, I have 5 kids, and they're 9, 8, 6, 3, and 1. So I had them all pretty close by choice. Um, but that did so much damage to my body. And so we just decided to go ahead and pursue it, see what we could do with the insurance. I spent so many hours researching surgeons and looking at their work, reading their reviews, um, just so many hours. And I had finally settled on a surgeon that I really, really liked. His before and afters are beautiful. His ratings are amazing. So we made a consultation appointment with him last year. We went up, met with him. He was lovely, just amazing. Um, he was so sweet and informative. He really listened to what we had to say. So after I decided that I actually did like him in that appointment, then we went ahead the process of trying to get things approved through the insurance for a breast reduction. So there are different qualifications for each insurance. Our insurance had a line of regulations that we had to meet in order for them to approve. So first of all, obviously it had to be size. Your size had to be significant. So I'm 5'2". My bra size is a cup H. So that is significant for my size. So obviously we were qualified there. The next thing that had to happen with the surgeon is he had to make sure that there was actually enough tissue to be removed to qualify for a breast reduction. So the insurance actually gives you an amount of tissue that has to be removed. You can't just choose what size you want to be. They give you the qualifications. They tell you exactly what has to be done in order for them to pay for it. So he said that a lot of people think that they should have a breast reduction, but most of what they have is actually just skin that's there. So there isn't enough tissue for him to actually take out to meet the standards that an insurance would put forth. So when he realized that I do have enough tissue to be removed, we met that qualification. So then there had to be different physical symptoms. So like mine was back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, headaches. All of those have to be proved over a period of time. So I had been complaining about this for quite some time. I've seen a chiropractor for years to try to correct the issue. It obviously, the chiropractic visits help tremendously. They actually give a lot of relief, but it is a constant reoccurring problem because of the fact that I'm constantly carrying around this weight on my chest. So that qualification was met. I had to have a letter from my chiropractor stating that he recommended this. He believed it was the best course for treatment, that it would be life-changing for me. So we did that. There had to be other physical symptoms that my family physician could sign off on. So that was like the headaches, the back pain, all of that sort of stuff that my chiropractor signed off on. He also signed off on. And then I have these rivets where my bra straps dig in because the weight is so heavy. We've tried all different bras. Everything that you could think of basically that comes in a size H, we've tried. Obviously some are more supportive than others. I mean, that goes without saying, but the divots are just there. They are never going away. They get worse. Um, and then we had to get a letter from my OBGYN saying that I was not lactating, I was not, you know, there were no physical things that would limit me from having this. So in his letter, he wrote that he had recommended that I wait until I was done having children. Obviously, um, any sort of surgery on your breast can limit your chances of having a milk supply, being able to nurse. Some people do it just fine, some people don't. So he had recommended that I waited till I was done having children. So now that I'm done, that hit his qualifications. In his letter, he also said that because of the size of my breast, that I would get irritation in between and underneath my breasts. He had given me medication for that a couple times to try to ease it. Um, and so that was pretty much what his letter said. So we had to turn in all 3 of those letters to the surgeon. The surgeon did all of his measurements, took all of his pictures, and then he sent it on to the insurance from there. So once the insurance received the information, it was less than a week, I'm wanting to say, when they got back to us, and said that they would cover it, they would pay for it. They did give certain restrictions, on the amount, that sort of thing. So when I have the surgery, the surgeon has to follow those restrictions. He can always take out more than what the insurance states, but he cannot take out any less. So we have the surgery approved. It's actually in a little less than 2 weeks, so I'm super pumped, super excited. I went for my second appointment, my PAT appointment with the surgeon the other day, and I literally could not stop giggling. I'm so excited for this. So the expectation is when he takes the tissue out of my breast that I will be able to go down to a D cup is what we're expecting. So that is actually 6 sizes smaller than what I am now. So that is a tremendous difference. I can't wait. But the breast reduction surgery itself, he said to expect the incisions to be bigger than a typical incision, just because there is so much tissue there that the base of my breast itself is about like this. So he needs to reduce that to support a smaller breast without looking boxy. He said if he does not reduce the diameter itself and just removes tissue, then my breast will just look boxy and not rounded. So I will have the anchor looking incision, which is around the areola, straight down underneath the breast, and then also coming to the side of my breast under my armpit. I'll have incisions there too, which is fine. I don't even care about the scars. Like, literally, I don't care. So this should help. Actually, I expect it to be life-changing for me. It'll be so nice. But he obviously is giving me creams for the incisions afterwards. I'll have a garment I have to wear, that sort of stuff. I'll have a drain in each breast to make sure that there's no fluid buildup, that sort of thing. So then the tummy tuck, that is separate. Insurance does not cover a tummy tuck. There are several benefits that I could see why maybe they should, but they don't. So I've had 5 kids. I've tried to work out. I've tried to get back down, but the gap, I have a 4-finger gap between my abdominal muscles that just will not heal. We've tried several different things and we can't get anywhere with it. So on top of that, I also have a lot of loose skin on the bottom of my abdomen from 5 pregnancies of 5 very large babies. So obviously that is not going to go away. It might get better with time, but it's just not going to go away. Mine is pretty severe loose skin. So honestly, this is really the only option to get rid of that. And it's not just cosmetic for me. There's a lot of reasons. I won't go into detail that it has a physical aspect on me besides just pure discomfort. I mean, it's constantly catching on my clothes and such. Nothing fits right, that sort of thing. But the tummy tuck is actually going to be a larger incision than initially anticipated. He said it will be like I'm laying on the table. He's literally going to cut me from the table all the way around to the other side of the table. So it's going to go a little bit on my back, all the way on my sides, a little bit to my back on both sides. And that's just to make sure that he can get all of the loose skin that's there. So it's that's going to be a little intense. He said when he tightens it, one of my concerns about the tummy tuck was, in a lot of the before and afters that I've seen of surgeons and their patients, is I saw a lot of upper abdominal fullness. I'm talking about like right underneath their breasts. They had this, like, it was like you take the pouch that's down low, and instead of just removing it, you just push it up and it sits right underneath their breasts. I did not want that at all. So that was one of my main concerns. So the technique that he uses for a tummy tuck actually will tighten my muscles all the way up as far as my ribs will allow. So he'll stitch them together all the way up so that they come together and they don't have that 4-finger gap. They're back where they should be, pushing everything on the inside back where it should be. So that should change a lot for me also. But he said in doing that, because the skin is so stretched out over my rib cage, the muscles are so loose, the skin is stretched out with it. He said he'll actually have to separate the skin from the muscle so far that it does not stop the blood flow to the rest of the abdomen, but enough that it will allow the skin to just drape over top, and then it will eventually reconnect. So he said that that's going to cause just a little bit more of an issue than originally anticipated. But I'll also have 2 drains in my abdomen, which my husband will have to take care of those. So that'll be interesting. I'll have to keep you updated on how awesome that goes. But then I'll also have like a girdle to wear afterwards to help with swelling and support. But yeah, I am super pumped. So hopefully this answers a lot of the questions that people keep throwing at me. We can just get it all done. I'm going to do another video right before surgery, and then after surgery I'll keep you updated and let you know how it goes. But I'm not scared of the pain or the scars. I'm just mostly excited. I just can't wait. This has been so long in the works, and I'm so excited that it's finally happening. Yeah, so we'll let you know. All right, thanks. See ya.